Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
Well, everybody, you know how happy I am to be back in the kitchen today, and I am joined by Chef Taylor, who is from Cantina Imperfecto. Thanks for coming by.
Of course, my pleasure.
All right, what are you going to be making for us today?
Today we're going to be making chile en nogada, which is actually a traditional and seasonal dish of Mexico, and it represents the flag and their heritage and the history of it.
Beautiful colors too. That's a big part of this dish, but you're gonna kind of put me to work and tell me walk me through the process of how you make this, because we want you to be able to do it at home too. And it shouldn't be too overwhelming, but there are some steps we have to go through.
Of course, yeah, don't worry, I'm definitely gonna be putting you to work. You're gonna be doing the dishes, you gotta earn this meal.
Of course I do. So let's get started. What do I need to do first?
All right, so we'll start by grinding up our spices right here. So we're gonna use a molcajete to grind up our spices. So that's some cinnamon sticks. Then we got some cloves. So yeah, just give it a little quick smash, do a circular motion, grind it up. I'm gonna start by toasting our chiles. So we're gonna toast these about 3 minutes each side, you know, depending on the heat. So I'm taking these out and we're gonna put them in a plastic bag. You could always use a bowl and cover it with some plastic wrap.
Okay.
But you know, traditionally, grocery bag, baby. You know, in the kitchen, we always gotta multitask. So we're gonna throw in our finely diced onions and garlic. These are your aromatics for the dish. How you doing over there, Katie?
I'm sweating. I'm sweating.
So once these are translucent, we're gonna go ahead and add our ground pork. Get that all mashed up. So now that our meat has some color to it, we're gonna go into our raisins. So it adds a little bit of acidity and sweetness to the dish.
Raisins, nature's candy.
Exactly. So here we have some fresh peaches and some fresh apples. So yeah, look at those nice bright colors. Let's start on making our sauce. We're gonna start by adding our soaked walnuts that we had overnight. Goat cheese.
Ooh.
I know you're probably gonna say Philadelphia
Cream
cheese.
Cream cheese.
Oh, you know, it's your kitchen. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know. So we're gonna take these out of the bag. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna peel off most of the outer skin. You wanna take a paring knife and make a nice slit 80% of the way.
Okay.
Because we're gonna stuff them and we're gonna fry them. All right, can we grab your famous cinnamon?
Oh, finally.
Perfect.
Need salt.
It does. See, that's why we taste test. So we made that little slit down there. We're gonna stuff it, but not too much of the filling that we made. Start whipping our egg whites first. See how fluffy that looks? It has its air pockets. And then you always want to lay it away from you. That way you don't splash yourself with oil.
All right, so now we are going to be plating everything up, and one of the big features of this dish are the colors.
Yes,
that
of
look
course.
like the flag, right?
Yes, the white, the red, and the green.
The moment of truth. This was a huge bite for me to go in with. A lot of flavors in there, baby.
This is really good.
Mm-hmm. It's got pomegranate seed.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
This story is sponsored by Seaside Furniture Gallery and Accents. We are very comfy and cozy today on Living Local Carolina. I am at Seaside Furniture Gallery and Accents, and I'm joined once again by Kent. Thanks for having me back here.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
It looks very different than the last time I was in here.
Yeah, we're moving the showroom, so we're very excited about the change that's going on here at Seaside. Hey, it's 30,000 square feet, folks, so there's a lot of furniture to be moved around, and we've done so, and it looks fantastic. I hope you come out and see it.
They definitely should. There's pretty much something for everyone here, whether you need a lamp or a rug. There's also a lot of fun stuff that you can decorate with.
Absolutely, yeah. We have a lot of lamps, pictures, and accessories on the showroom floor. You know, when you have that much square footage, it's really a lot to look at. And of course, we have the living room, dining room, bedrooms, outdoor furniture, this time of year, fireplaces, recliners. Those are the things.
Thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I am joined by Joshua. You are a self-proclaimed indie manga creator.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
All right, we got to get down to the bottom of this. Tell everybody what you do and how you got into this in the first place.
So me being an indie manga creator, I've always liked anime, superhero stuff growing up. That was my main inspiration. But then I always had these ideas, like as I was going through things growing up, that I would watch movies and I was like, I could make that better. So in my head, I would like make these movies with my own characters and I'll be sitting in class just daydreaming about these movies that I'm making in my own head. Eventually I started making an idea for some concepts for a manga, and I really didn't act on it until the passing of my mother before college, because my mom passed away then, probably 2 weeks after when my older brothers passed away. That was kind of what, I know that, I know how that's, but sometimes, you know, there's a blessing in the lesson, and in that lesson, it propelled me into acting on the things that my mom believed in me in doing. So I started with the manga. I really didn't get into after the college, where I felt like I could draw, but I wanted to draw everything myself. But I then took a course where someone was like, hey, if you can, get out of the way so somebody else can do it, because I'm looking at another 2 years if I try to learn how to do the manga style. So with that, I started on doing it. Started going to conventions, and I would first kind of pick people's brains. One of my early mentors, he was surprised because I just asked him, hey, can I get your number? Can I, reach out to you if I need anything? And I was asking him 6 months later, I'm messaging him, I'm like, hey, guess who's gonna be at the same convention that you were at? And he was surprised. From there, I was just hitting it boots to the ground. And I've done PowerCon, which is a local one for Florence. I've done, I did the Grand Strand one that's down here, the Grand Strand Comic-Con. And then I recently did LA Comic-Con. So
that's big.
That was a condensing of the timeline of how we got here. But my main project, there was one time I had a dream, and it was about Camgechi. And I then started to connect the dots after I had that dream. I took a Gullah Geechee business course, and they were trying to tie in what I do into the course. They were like, why don't you do a Gullah Geechee story? And I was like, why don't I do a Gullah Geechee story? That's a good point. And I started connecting it, and then that's when all of this came about. And from here, I mean, this is starting to be one of the stories that, despite my main project is doing good, but as people start to hear about Camgechi, they're like, we want this.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here right now.
So you're building this world that is completely tied to your own culture.
Yes.
What has the response been so far when you tell people about this?
There's more of a surprise, actually, because no one's doing it.
Yeah.
I go to a lot of these conventions and I ask people, about Gullah Geechee culture, and I even talk about how a lot of African Americans don't realize here in America, 80% of us have some type of Gullah Geechee lineage, but yet they don't know that they have this lineage. So when I bring up the concept of Camgechi, I have been quizzed a little bit, but I'm doing my best as I'm learning about my own history, that I'm, putting it into the story. So that's kind of the fun part about it, is taking something that I find out about Gullah Geechee culture and find a way to twist it and put it into the story.
It's very unique.
Very unique.
It's very cool what you do. I'm very excited to see where this goes. How can people stay updated with everything that you're doing so they can get that drop the second that it's ready?
Good question. So I have my Instagram that is @_no retreat, no surrender. That's the name of my main project, is No Retreat, No Surrender. My email is missyoujoshua@gmail.com.
Remind me of the Instagram name again.
@_no retreat, no surrender.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.